7 a.m. Your alarm goes off, and before your feet even touch the floor, your brain has already started spending your money. You check your phone. Overnight, 47 notifications arrived, and 6 of them are stores. A sale ends today. A cart you abandoned is waiting for you. Something you looked at once, 3 weeks ago, is back, and it knows your name. On the drive to work, you pass 40 billboards. You don't remember a single one. Your brain remembers all of them. At lunch, a coworker shows off a new watch. Something in your chest does a little math you didn't ask it to do. That afternoon, you're not even shopping. You're just scrolling. And somehow, there's a checkout screen in front of you. Your thumb hovers. The timer on the screen is counting down. 3 minutes left, it says. Left until what? You don't know, but your heart rate believes it. By the time you get home, you've made somewhere around 35,000 decisions today, and a stunning number of them were quietly nudged by someone who profits from the nudge. Here's the truth nobody tells you. Being broke usually isn't a math problem. It's a psychology problem. Your brain runs on wiring that's 50,000 years old, and it's up against sale timers, one-click buttons, and algorithms that study you while you sleep. Tonight, that changes. I'm going to show you the 5 invisible traps built into your own head and the exact moves that shut each one down. Number 5 is the one that got me. Let's go. First, you need to see the battlefield. Your brain was built for a world that no longer exists. For most of human history, if you found something valuable, food, tools, shelter, the winning move was simple. Grab it now. Hesitation was expensive. The humans who grabbed survived. You are descended from the grabbers. Now drop that same brain into today's world. The grab it now circuit is still in there, firing exactly like it did on the savannah. Except the thing in front of it isn't food you need. It's a flash sale, a limited drop, a glowing button that says buy now with one click. And on the other side of that button, some of the smartest people alive. Teams of engineers and behavioral scientists whose entire job, their actual 9 to 5, is finding the exact combination of colors, sounds, and timers that make your thumb move before your judgment does. It is not a fair fight. It was never meant to be a fair fight. But here's the good news. A trap only works while it's invisible. So let's turn the lights on, one trap at a time. Trap number 1, the wanting machine. Scientists discovered something strange about pleasure and shopping. The peak of the enjoyment isn't when you get the thing, it's before. The browsing, the imagining. The moment you hit order and the little confirmation appears, that's the summit. From there, it's downhill, which is why this keeps happening. The package finally arrives, and you feel almost nothing. The thing you refreshed the tracking page for 5 times is now just an object on your table. Some people don't even open the box for days. The box was never the point. The wanting was the point. Your brain is not a having machine. It's a wanting machine. It rewards the chase and shrugs at the catch. And retailers build everything around the chase. Countdown clocks. Only 2 left. Carts that email you like an old friend. Each one is designed to spike the wanting at the exact moment your finger is near the button. So here's the counter move, and it's almost embarrassingly simple. When you feel that pull, ask yourself one question. Am I about to pay for a thing or for a feeling? Because if it's the feeling you're after, here's the secret. The feeling is already happening. The wanting is the free part. You can enjoy it, close the tab, and keep your money. The chase costs nothing until you catch it. Trap number 2, the invisible staircase. Let me tell you about a strange thing that happens to almost everyone who starts making more money. Nothing changes, except everything gets slightly more expensive. The raise lands, and a quiet voice says, finally, we can live a little. Fair enough. So the grocery cart gets a little fancier. The apartment gets 1 bedroom bigger. The car gets newer. The coffee starts coming from the place with the nice cups. Not one of those choices feels dramatic. Each one is just a small step up an invisible staircase. And here's the cruel part. Psychologists call it adaptation. Every single upgrade feels amazing for about 3 weeks. Then it becomes normal, invisible, just the new floor you stand on. The pleasure fades, the cost doesn't. You end up with all the pressure of the bigger life and none of the joy you climbed the stairs to find. Same stress, nicer countertops. And because every step felt reasonable, you never noticed you were climbing. The counter move is one honest question, asked at the moment of the upgrade, not after. When something in your life is about to level up, pause and ask, will this still make me happy in month 2? Not week 1. Month 2, after the newness wears off. Some upgrades pass that test. Most don't. The staircase only works on people who never look down. Trap number 3. The audience that isn't watching. A big slice of what people buy has one real job, and it isn't the job on the label. The car doesn't just drive, it announces. The bag doesn't just carry, it signals. The vacation isn't just rest, it's content. Watch what happens when someone gets something new. Before they've even used it, they photograph it. The purchase performs for an audience before it ever performs for its owner. And this instinct is ancient too. Status mattered for survival long before money existed. But then we handed that ancient instinct a smartphone, and everything broke. You no longer compare yourself to the people on your street. You compare yourself to a highlight reel of everyone alive. The vacation shot with perfect light, the car reveal, the apartment tour. You see their one staged minute. You don't see the 29 unstaged days around it, or what any of it costs them. Now, here's the twist that sets you free, and I need you to actually hear it. The audience you're performing for is not watching. They can't. They're too busy managing their own performance. The spotlight you feel on yourself is a lamp you're holding. So the counter move is one filter question. If no one could ever see this, not one person, not one photo, would I still want it? Whatever survives that question is real. Whatever doesn't was never for you. Trap number 4. The number that lies. Come stand in a store with me for a second. There's a jacket on the rack. The tag has 2 numbers, one crossed out, one underneath. And the moment your eyes land on that crossed out number, something in your brain tilts. You're no longer asking the real question. Is this jacket worth this money to me? You're asking a rigged one. Look how far it's fallen. The crossed out number makes the real number feel like a gift. It feels like winning. Some part of you genuinely believes you'd be losing money by not buying it. That first number is called an anchor. And here's what stores hope you never learn. It doesn't have to be real. Plenty of products live their whole lives marked down. The higher price wasn't the price. It was bait, printed there for one purpose, to bend your sense of what the lower number means. Once you see anchors, they're everywhere. The giant popcorn that exists so the large looks reasonable. The luxury option at the top of the menu that nobody orders. It's there to make the second option feel sensible. The suggested amount that frames everything below it as modest. You think you're choosing a product. Mostly, you're being handed a comparison. The counter move. Cover the anchor. Physically, if you have to. Thumb over the crossed out number. Then ask the naked question. Knowing nothing else, what would I pay for this? If the answer is less than the tag, the discount was never a discount. It was a performance. And trap number 5. The deepest one. The one that quietly runs all the others. Researchers put people in brain scanners and asked them to think about 3 things. Themselves, today, a total stranger, and themselves, 20 years from now. Here's what showed up on the screens. For a lot of people, thinking about their future self didn't look like thinking about themselves at all. It looked like thinking about the stranger. Sit with that. The person who will live in your body in 20 years. The one who inherits every choice you make tonight. Registers in your brain as somebody else, some guy, not you. Suddenly, everything makes sense, doesn't it? Why saving feels like losing. You're handing your money to a person you've never met. Why the future consequences of tonight's purchase feel weightless. They're not landing on you, they're landing on him. Whoever he is. The version of you standing at the checkout is real and warm and wanting. The version who pays for it is a ghost. You are not undisciplined. You're just the only one of the 2 who showed up to the store. The counter move here is different. You can't out-argue this one. You have to introduce them. Make the future person real. Picture one specific morning of their life. The kitchen, the light, the coffee, the absence of that low hum of money panic. Some people write them an actual letter. It feels ridiculous for about 90 seconds, right up until the stranger gets a face, because nobody fights for a stranger. but almost everyone will fight for someone they know. Before we get to the fixes, there's one more. A quiet six trap that doesn't even bother tricking you. It just asks you not to look. The drip. Somewhere on your phone right now, there's a list of things you pay for every single month. Streaming you haven't opened since spring. An app you tried once. A membership you keep meaning to think about. Each one is tiny. Each one was designed to be tiny, because tiny slides under the alarm system that big purchases set off. No single drip ever feels worth the hassle of canceling. That's the whole architecture. The button to join is glowing and enormous. The door to leave is a maze in the basement. They're not hoping you'll love the service forever. They're hoping you'll forget it exists. And forgetting is free for you to do and profitable for them to arrange. Here's the strange psychology of it. Canceling feels like losing something, even when you never use the thing. Your brain registers the closing door, not the empty room behind it. The counter move takes one evening a year. Sit down, open the list, and make every drip reapply for its job. Not, should I cancel this? Flip it. If I didn't already have this, would I sign up today? Anything that can't win that interview goes. You're not cutting joy out of your life. You're just firing the employees who stopped showing up. 5 traps. 1 brain. Now let's arm it. 4 moves. None of them require willpower, because willpower runs out by dinner time. These work while you're weak. That's the point. Move 1. The overnight rule. Anything you didn't plan to buy waits until tomorrow. Not forever. Just one sunrise. Urgency is the fuel of every trap, and urgency evaporates overnight. If you still want it tomorrow, it might be real. Most of it you will simply forget, which tells you everything about how badly you needed it. Move 2. Say the trap's name, out loud if you can. That's an anchor. That's the staircase. Hello, wanting machine. Naming sounds silly and works like a spell, because the moment you're describing the trick, you're standing outside the trick. A magician has no show once you're watching his hands. Move 3. Starve the triggers. Unfollow the accounts that make your life feel small. Turn off every shopping notification, all of them tonight. It takes 4 minutes. Log out of the stored payment details so buying requires standing up and finding a card. You're not building a cage. You're just making the traps do a lot more work to reach you. And move 4. Keep the stranger close. The letter, the photo, the one specific morning. 30 seconds of contact with future you before any big purchase. Not to guilt yourself, just so both of you get a vote. That's the whole arsenal. Nothing here asks you to become a monk. It just asks you to stop being ambushed. So, the wanting machine that rewards the chase and shrugs at the catch. The invisible staircase, where every upgrade becomes the new normal. The audience that isn't watching. The number that lies. And the stranger wearing your face 20 years from now. Not one of these is about intelligence. The traps work on doctors and dropouts alike, because they aren't aimed at your mind. They're aimed at your wiring. And wiring doesn't care about your report card. But here's what I hope you take from tonight. A trap you can name is a trap you can walk around. That's not motivation. That's just mechanics. So tell me in the comments, which one had you? The wanting machine? The staircase? For me, it was the anchor. For years, I read every single comment, and I want to know. If this opened your eyes even a little, subscribe. We go deep on how money and the mind collide, and the next one is already in the works. Now go home the long way, past the billboards, and this time, watch them try. I'll see you in the next one.